Hello, everybody. Hi, and welcome back to another segment of who's gonna win in what division and by how much. Sure, I don't know. I still haven't thought of a name. As you couldn't tell, I haven't changed, so that means I've recorded on the same day as the other video, as the East, because I'm a good content creator and I pre-record all this stuff. Today we'll be covering the AFC and NFC South. And kind of like last video, I have some notes. I have some general stats from ESPN. Again, we're just gonna do yards per and points per, just to kind of give a general barometer. Obviously, things have changed over the year since last year, so it's not fully accurate. But also, this is going to be, I think, the two most divisions of just like who knows, like genuinely just who knows. That's not even an insult at them. It's just like there's a lot of question marks, a lot of rookies, a lot of young teams in this division, in these two divisions. There's just a lot of question marks, and I think that's fine. I mean, that's part of starting over, starting with a new team. So it's just part of it. I think that it's going to be probably a lot more fun of like the divisions of these two, but also could end up being some of the worst in the league. So just take it how it is, and we'll go from there. So we'll start in the AFC South because I think there's less question marks as to who's going to win that one. So we'll start at the bottom. We're back to it. I know I messed it up on that one division, and I'm sorry. Going back to it. Starting at the bottom, we got the Houston Texans. And I don't think that's much of a question. I'm sorry if you're a Houston Texans fan, but let's be honest with ourselves. You have a lot of brightness coming along. I mean, you got CJ Stroud, and how will he do? I mean, that's a key question. Is the veterans of Robert Woods going to help? Is Dalton Schultz going to help that offense? You know, there's a lot of question marks. There's just a lot of questions. The defense was bad. I mean, their defense was like almost as the only worst defense was the Vikings D. Like, they're 30th in yards, 27th in points per game. Who's gonna step up there? They need someone to that needs to change. On offense, I mean, it wasn't much better. Actually, it was a lot worse. It was a lot worse. They were 31st in both yards and points per game. That's not good. You're not gonna win any games at 31st. They somehow won games, but still. I think CJ Stroud gives them a benefit of the doubt, at least on some of these. I think he can. I don't know. We don't know. He's a rookie QB. Some guys don't make the jump, some do. So we'll see what he can add. I think he's a dynamic QB. He does add a lot more than what they've had in the past. Anything is, I think, an improvement on last year. And I guess it just kind of depends on what they're looking for. But I think 5-12. I mean, there's not much to say. I think 5-12. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Next we have the Indianapolis Colts. Again, a team with a lot of questions. They have Anthony Richardson starting at QB, rookie again. I mean, as of literally today, there's most likely not going to be any Taylor. The Indianapolis Colts, as of literally I think an hour ago, I saw it on ESPN where they have officially announced that they're allowing Jonathan Taylor to be traded. Like, they're letting it happen. So he can be traded. So he's probably not going to be there this year, if at all. And so their next running back up is Zach Moss. Who knows anything about if he's going to be good? Can Michael Peterman step up and take the next step? Can Leonard? I mean, Leonard's really pretty much the whole defense. Who else is back? They need someone to step up. I mean, the offense was bad. It's 30th in points, 26th in yards. Again, just terrible. Not much better than Houston. The defense, 29th in points, but somehow 15th in yards. I'm not sure how that worked. Didn't give up many yards, but they were just giving up a lot of points, I guess. Must be the turnovers. So, yeah, do I think Anthony Richards is better than CJ Stroud? If you look at their college record, maybe not, but I'm just I don't know. Like, I think Anthony Richards has more, just has a little bit more setup, and I mean, not by much in Indy, but he at least has a receiver to throw to. So, I mean, it's not much better. And honestly, these teams might not even reach the win totals I'm giving them. I'm probably being a little bit generous. So, 6-11 for the Colts. I think some of Houston's important games be against the Steelers. And again, I'm leaving off any rivalry games. All the rivalry games are important. Doesn't matter what your record is. You're going to play them harder. It's hard. Like, they mean more. And then honestly, their opener against the Ravens for Houston is a good parameter. Like, what to expect? I'm not expecting them to win, but like, are you competitive? And I know like picking games early on in the season isn't that helpful because who knows, things can change, but like, you want to know if you're competitive. If you can hang around with the Ravens, it's a good bar. And then the Colts, I mean, home against the Rams and home against the Browns, just because those are also teams that are a lot of question marks. A lot of who's doing what there. So, I mean, it's a good bar for them to see how they're doing against other teams that have probably around either the similar talent, maybe a little bit better, but still as many question marks. And then I have the Tennessee Titans, again going 8-9. They have the Bengals at home, which I think will be important, and then also again the Browns. Again, kind of the similar, like, they're not similar to the Bengals, but they're similar to the Browns. And I think they have a lot. These are good benchmarks for them, and see where they are at. What does Tannehill have left? What does he have left? I mean, he was injured last year. I mean, he had like two good seasons with him since he was traded from Miami. Kind of showed everyone, hey, I have something. Kind of the past 2 years or year and a half. You know, do we see Malik Willis, who's listed right now on the depth chart as 2, or do we even see Will Levis, who's 3rd? Maybe he beats him out. Do we see any of them this year? Or is Tannehill gonna hold out the whole year? Does Derrick Henry still have it? Does Derrick Henry have left? I mean, he's still a really good running back. Anything he has, he's still probably going to be a 1,000-yard rusher. But like, is he going to be able to still carry this team? Is DeAndre Hopkins going to be enough to change that offense pass game? It was not good last year. You know, there's a lot of questions. You know, can the defense turn it around and hold up a little bit? Because I mean, as it stood, like, I mean, again, the 3 worst offenses were in this are the 3 teams I've just listed. Because the 27th in points and 30th in yards. Like, it's abysmal. It is abysmal out here. This is slim pickings. And I mean, the Titans are, of all of them, the Titans have probably gotten the most this offseason in their offense. But their defense wasn't that much better. I mean, 22nd in yards and 14th in points per game, which is, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's better, obviously, but is their defense enough to hold? Can they hold? Can Mike Vrabel turn this offense around? I mean, who knows? 8-9, I think that's very respectable. 8-9, maybe 9-8, maybe 10-7 if you get a few bounces. But I mean, they got a lot of question marks. And that obviously leaves Jacksonville Jaguars. And I think they're going to go 10-7, maybe even 11-6. And they're winning the division. They're hands down the favorite. I mean, you're losing money on the bets if you're picking the Jags. Like, there's no way. Trevor Lawrence is going to keep improving. I mean, they have a really good offense. I mean, they got better with Calvin Ridley coming back off suspension for the whole year. Because they already have, like, you know, Travis Etienne, Evan Ingram, C.J. Kirk, Christian, you know, and then Zay Jones, Christian Kirk. Sorry, I'm just like trying to read through these. my notes are kind of I'm like crammed them in on these things. Our offense was good. I mean, it was 10th in points and 10th in yards. That's a good offense. That offense was stellar. The defense was all right. They were good in the points per department. They were 12th in points per, but they were 23rd in yards. So they were giving up a lot of yards. But it was enough to go 9-8. So I think they win this division pretty easily. I think Trevor Lawrence keeps improving, especially under Peterson. Like, I think this is going to be a good team. And I'm really happy for them. I like Jacksonville. I think they're going to win it out. Barring any injuries, I think 10-7, maybe 11-6. Probably even more, honestly, now with Calvin Ridley. Now that the more of I think of it. So, yeah, Jacksonville. And that's where I started that one. Because at least I knew who was going to win that division. Because now we move to the NFC South. And God help you. Sorry, but God help you. I don't know who to pick from you guys. And it's not like they're bad. It's just they're all similar. And any one of them can win this division. Maybe not the Bucs. I'm sorry if I'm honest. Maybe not the Bucs, but all the other three teams are like average, and not in like a bad way, but also not in a good way. Like they're just dead center. Any one of these teams can win this. So I just want you to know, of all the picks, I think I've been pretty spot on. I think other than I got a little beef with some people gave me some beef with Detroit, and honestly I think they might win more games than I said. But otherwise I feel like I've been pretty good. If you guys give me crap on this, I'm throwing it out. I'm literally throwing it away. Anyone can win this division. I'm stating it now. So I don't care. I don't care. Say whatever you want. Doesn't affect me none. I don't care. Shove it. We're going to start at the bottom. Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm sorry, but you guys are going to be terrible. You're going to be terrible. I mean, you have Mike Evans, and that's about it. I mean, when can Baker step up? I want Baker to step up. Don't get me wrong. I like Baker Mayfield. I feel like he's getting ripped on a lot. I think he's had a rough go in Cleveland. I think they kind of did him dirty. And honestly, I think he has something to prove. I really hope he does. It's Mike Evans. He's a top receiver. He somehow put together 9 straight seasons of 1,000 yards with some really, other than Tom Brady, some really interesting QB story to him. And I think he's still going to do it. The defense was good last year. According to he's 9th in yards and 13th in points per, was solid, at least on paper. But their offense was 24th in points per and 14th in yards. So they were moving the ball, they just couldn't score. So, I don't know. I don't see them getting them. I don't think they're that much better. If that's what they were doing with Tom Brady, I'm sorry. As much as I want to like Baker, he's no Tom Brady. So even when Tom Brady was old and not the same guy anymore, I'm sorry. They're 4-13, 5-12. Tell me I'm wrong. I guess I don't really care. I'm sure they might win more than that, but they're gonna not win the division. I'm sorry. They're just not. If they prove me wrong, good for them. But their opener against Minnesota, I think that's a marquee game for them. Are they competitive? And they're home again, like a game against the Lions that they have. It's a good bar. I think the Lions are going to be a good benchmark for a lot of teams. Can you compete with the Lions? And I'm serious. This is not an insult, because the Lions have a really loaded offense and a strong defense. They're going to be a hard team to beat. Can you keep up with them? You can keep up with the rest of the league, because they may not win as many games as some of these other teams, but they will grind you out. Dan Campbell will wear any team out as a head coach. So I think Lions are going to be on a lot of teams as to watch for matchups. And then next up we got Atlanta Falcons. Again, more question marks. Is Desmond Ridder, is he legit? May he step up? I want him to see him step up. I want to see him get into it. Can Can Bijan Robinson be a workhorse? Like, he was good last year, but can he keep going? Can Kyle Pitts have a breakout / comeback season? Because he was good his rookie year, didn't score that many touchdowns, but he put up some yards. I think he got injured because he only played like 10 games, so he was injured. Can he come back? And can that defense just step up? Like, because it was not good last year. It wasn't terrible outright, but it wasn't good. So they were the inverse of. That's why it confused me. They were the inverse of Tampa. They were 24th in yards and 14th in points per, and their defense was 22nd in points per and 26th in yards. That's got to change. All of it. It's got to change. I don't know if they have it in them to change. So, as it stands right now, I said 6-11, maybe 7-10. They gotta show me. They're an exciting team. They just don't win games. That's just what it is. They were exciting to watch last year. They just kind of fizzled out. So, honestly though, like 6-11 might still put you at competitive division. If we saw it, if anything would, if last year was any like barometer, like I don't know. Carolina again, more question marks. I mean, they got and Atlanta. Sorry, I know I keep forgetting to do this. Atlanta. I mean, at the Lions and at Tennessee. I think those are some games that put them at like even playing ground. Try to like figure out where they are, where they stack up. Carolina, they're going to go 8-9. Again, at Seattle, at the Lions, some good teams to kind of see where you're at. And first questions first. Boy, we know about Bryce Young. What is he going to do? Another rookie. This one hurts seeing him on this list, but what can Thielen do? Adam Thielen, long-time Minnesota boy. Miss him already. I still have his jersey and I'm going to still wear it. I don't care. Is he like a veteran signing that they need? Is he what they needed? He's not gonna have the speed, but is his hands gonna be good for Bryce Young? Is DJ Shark gonna be good? Is Hayden Hurst gonna be good? Tight end, is that defense gonna hold up? Because their defense was not good. It was slightly above, like slightly low mid. 21st in yards and 18th in points per, and then they were 19th in points per and 29th in yards on offense. So not a lot of good, but they did give Bryce Young some weapons. Not like some speed weapons, but like they gave him some pass catchers and some security blankets, some third down guys. Honestly, they gave him like a solid start. Not like they didn't give him like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waldo, but I think they gave him some stuff to work with. And I mean, I have them going 8-9. They can go 9-8. They might win the division. I don't know. It just kind of depends on how good Bryce Young is. So they have the most setup out of the three teams that I just read. I will give them that. But then New Orleans. I mean, they're 9-8, I think, and they're gonna. I mean, games against Patriots and Green Bay. I think that's gonna be a good because they have to go to Green Bay, I believe. And then, is Derek Carr what they needed? Is Derek Carr like his change of scenery? Is that gonna help him? Is that gonna make him because a lot of times we see these guys when they get a change of scenery, at least for a year or two, maybe even 3, they start performing a lot better. Jamal Williams is gonna have to play now, and I mean I love Jamal Williams. I think he's a cool dude. Because Alvin Kamara got suspended. Is Chris Olave going to keep growing? I mean, he had a break. He was really good last year. Is he going to keep progressing? And then where's Michael Thomas at? This is like the first time in a while he's going to be playing. Where's he at? How good is he still? What does he have left? He was a really good receiver for a long time. What does he have left? I mean, he was gone for basically a year and a half, maybe even 2 years, basically. Juwan Johnson, he was a good tight end for them. Their defense is really good. I mean, Their offense was their breaking point. They were 19th in yards and 21st in points per game, and then 5th in yards and 9th in points per game on defense. So their defense was really good. Their offense just couldn't do anything. And so I think 9-8, I think they probably win the division just because Derek Carr gives them a better chance, I think. Just because he's more set up as a QB. Not as many question marks around him because he's a good quarterback. You win your games. And you got him some weapons, so I think it's going to be the Saints. I think they're going to win that division. Honestly, any one of the four could do it, so because God knows with that division. Like I said, God help them. But, let me know what you think. I think this is going to be the most interesting division with the most question marks. These two divisions. There's going to be a lot up in the air. There's going to be a lot of question marks. I think the only team that's not a question mark on that division is Jacksonville. Jacksonville is the only team that we know for sure is well set up, is going to be good. They have a good everything. They're probably going to just keep getting better. And they're going to distance themselves, I think. But other than that, the other 7 teams in those two divisions, who knows? And it really depends on the rookie quarterbacks or the young quarterbacks. What do they have? Well, then Baker's not he's not a rookie, or he's not one of the younger guys that I was mentioning earlier, but he's also has a lot to prove. So what can he do? But point still stands. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the style of where I'm like giving you more stats than just like who I think they're gonna win and lose to. I think this is a lot better. Like I said, I got everything from ESPN. If you think I should be getting it from a different website or using different stats, let me know. Comment down below what you thought. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember, what's next and what's left is the AFC and the NFC West. And that's coming out next Monday. Next Wednesday. And then next Friday, a week before everything starts getting going, I will predict, from what I have said, from all the records I've given, I'm going to predict the playoffs. And I want to see how good I get and how close I am at the end of the season. So I'm going to screenshot it. I'm going to post it around. And that's my for real predictions. And it's going to be based off everything I've said in the past 4 videos about predicting the records. So it's all culminating into something. Let me know what you think. And we'll see how close I get towards the end of the season. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.